lion, isn't it? And the second meaning is hunter. So when you look at many translations, some will say lion and some will say hunter. If you can have time, you check like 5 even translations of Quran, they will not give you one meaning completely. This one will say lion, this one will say hunter. And in Arabic, indeed, when you come, the word kaswara can give these 2 meanings. But definitely me and you, we are sure one of these 2 Allah means. Allah cannot mean all. Because if it has to mean all, then it might cause a lot of confusion to me and you. So therefore, we say no, this is an example of ambiguity in the sense that it has 2 meanings. Me as a layman, when I come to Quran and I start reciting or reading this verse, now I don't know, does it mean lion? Does it mean, therefore, for you to enter into tafsir of Quran, you need to understand these things. Because sometimes you may give wrong meanings to people. Therefore, science of Quran, you remember I kept on emphasizing, for almost 1 year we've been doing this. It's so important that if you understand the science of Quran, the moment you enter into tafsir, you walk over it easily. You don't have any problem. Because now you know abrogated, because tafsir is abrogated. You know, you understand what abrogation is all about. Therefore, this is the first meaning. Second meaning also, which is very, very important, is the word as. Second example, the word as. You know, as is in Quran 81 verse 17. Sajjad, recite for me. Quran 81 verse 17.
What surah is that?
Surah number 81. وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا عَسَعَسْ. Bismillah, come on. Quran 81 verse 17.
وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا عَسْعَسْ. But the night as it approaches.
Aha, very good.
وَالصُّبْحِ إِذَا تَنَسَّى.
Lovely. Now I want you to pay attention here. Why we say it is an example of ambiguity?
But here it says, and the night when it departs.
Fantastic. That is my point. Go to another tafsir, it will give you another meaning altogether. So therefore here, how do you get out of it? You know your Arabic background properly. You've recited your tafsir amthal, or you know your tafsir midan. You come and teach people the tafsir. Now you know, you tell your people there are so many meanings, but when it comes to our tafsir, based on this riwayah of Imam so and so, it is this. Why we say this is an example of ambiguity? Because it has 2 meanings also. Either the departure of the night or the arrival of the night. So me and you as laymen, okay, when we come there, I don't know, is it the departure of the night or is it the arrival of the night? So therefore it is an example of ambiguity in glorious Quran. So the meaning is departure of the night, and then the next one is arrival of the night. I'm just giving an example to realize that really when Imam ﷺ said, whoever make tafsir out of his own selfish interest or out of his own whim and desire, he or she should prepare for his or her place in fire on the day of Qiyamah. Because you cannot give tafsir from your own pocket, Baba.
Sure. So, regarding this, about the ambiguity, the double meaning.
Yeah.
Can you base your meaning on the preceding ayats?
Still,
before,
not all verses.
Because you see, like over here, if you read the verse after, it says, and the night when it departs, and the morning when it brightens.
Yeah.
So that means from night it becomes morning. So
not all verses you can base the meaning of a verse on the preceding verse. You see, Quran is such a way that for you to be able to do justice to Quran, you need to have a little bit of history background. History in the sense that it tells you what happened for the whole chapter and verse to be revealed. Now say, I don't know anything about the reason for the revelation of the verse. 50% of the meaning I've lost it. Completely. Because I need to know what happened when Allah revealed this particular verse unto beloved Prophet. Because you realize that each and every verse of Quran was not revealed for the sake of revelation. Something happened, and immediately after that, Allah Ta'ala revealed unto Prophet. Or Allah will predict to Prophet in Quran, something is going to happen, and then it will happen. So if I know what happened surrounding the particular verse, it becomes so easy. That's number one. Yes, number two, knowing the preceding verse, it helps. Number three, I need to know the Arabic grammar. This I'm telling you, like if you want to go into deeper into tafsir, but if you don't want to know, you just want to know normally about Quran, why not? It's easy what you are doing now. But now the one who wants to know, like you want to make yourself mufassir, commentator of Quran, you want to give commentary, then you need to know Arabic grammar and syntax, nahu and sarf, you need to know. Because as I told you one night, one letter in Arabic has a meaning. One letter can change the whole word. It can change the whole sentence, one letter in Arabic. Yani Arabic alphabetical letters are not like any other alphabets. This can change the meaning completely. In fact, recitation alone, if you don't give that to makharaj as they mention in Tajweed, you destroy the meaning completely. Like an example, he said, Aqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. Isn't it? It's a khalaq. But some people, when they come, they don't, that kha doesn't appear. Halak. But if you say halak, now you're making this a throat. Halak who created, but halak means throat. This throat. So now you realize that even when they emphasize in Tajweed Mahari is because they want you to be saved from indulging into wrong meanings of Quran. So therefore, there's something by some number three, you need a bit of Arabic grammar. So that you know when you read, because sometimes Allah what He does, because Allah is the master of all these languages. Something that has to be forward, Allah can bring it back sometimes in the sequence. Allah sometimes can make the sequence like that. This one come forward and this one go back. So if your Arabic is not well, straight and understood properly, you may take this meaning and give the other meaning. So therefore, these are better. Therefore, for a person to write tafsir is not a joke. People like Tabatabai, people like Ayatollah Makarim Shirazi, people like Tabarasi of Majma'ul Bayan, people like Sayyid Khoi, Tafsir al-Mubin. These are not a joke. You need to have a serious background. Therefore, don't you see, we have English tafsir, but all English tafsir is either one volume, or if there are many volumes, it is based on Arabic. There is no one who has really made a very strong and powerful English one right from Baqarah to Nas. Because it's not a joke, you need to have a serious background. Some said you need to have a bit of philosophy, some said you need to have a bit of logic. So all knowledges are coming together to help you give the meaning to a particular verse of Quran. So therefore, this is very, very important. Number three, example of ambiguity in Quran is you have one word with one meaning, but different applications. This is where I stopped there. So tonight we are continuing. You will find one word in Quran. So this all in English, you don't know what's going on. You read mashallah translation is okay, alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Or you read translation in Urdu, mashallah, it's okay. But Urdu and Farsi also is very powerful languages whereby sometimes it can help. But if you know Arabic, you read, say, oh, this is an ocean. No wonder Allah said it's the miracle of Prophet. He didn't make raising dead and curing epilepsy as miracle. He made this book as miracle because it's not a joke. And it's not a joke in the sense that how many people Prophet challenged them through the command of Allah to produce at least one verse of Quran, and they were unable to produce it because it's not a joke. So therefore, sometimes you realize that this word, it has one meaning. But Tabatabai mentioned, it means this. Makarim Shirazi mentioned, it means this. As-Safwat al-Tafasir, this for Sunnah, it means this. Tafsir Jalalain, it means this. So now, how do I get out of this problem? Therefore, we said it is a sign of ambiguity. I gave you an example. If you remember very well, who can remember the example I gave? If you were writing what I was saying.
89.
Quran 89 verse 2. Kamar Abbas, read for me. Who can read for me? This is a simple verse. Wal fajri wa layalin ashar. وَلَيَالٍ Ashr, chapter Fajr, verse 2, is saying Layalin Ashr, the 10 nights. Here 10 nights has 3 applications. Definitely Allah will mean one. Number 1. We said the first 10 night of Zil Hajj. First 10 night of Zil Hajj. Zil Hajj. The month of Zil Hijjah, the month of Hajj. It's a very sacred month without a shadow of doubt. And that is the time, especially Ujjaj who are there preparing themselves for Hajj. They were relaxing after Umratul Tamattu. Now they are going. So definitely this one application. And when you read Tafsir, some Tafsir will say, when Allah said Layalin Ashr, the 10 nights, it is referring to this one. Number 2b is all Shia, especially during Muharram, the first 10 night majalis. Almost, if you check most of the majalis, 50% of the majalis across the world, you will not miss out this verse, man. Wal-layli, wal-fajri, wal-layalin ashr. Means first 10 nights of the holy month of Muharram. Mostly Shias will lean on this more. Huh? So we said first 10 nights of the holy month of Ahsantum, or the holy month of Muharram. It's a good application. It's possible. It's highly possible. And then of course number C, which one did we say? The last 10 nights of the holy month of Ramadan. You see, last 10 nights of Ramadan. So these are all important 10 days and important 10 nights. So therefore we have 3 main applications. So therefore scholars of Quran came forward and said no, because of these 3 different applications, it makes it ambiguous. It makes it unclear. Now which is which? Is Allah meaning all the 3 nights when He revealed this verse unto Prophet? Or no, one of them is the main tafsir and the other one are just what you call ta'wil, just a meaning which is close to this meaning which is meant by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is also another example. Now let's go to the 4th example. Strange words. Sometimes in Quran, you have a question?
No, that's fine.
Ask.
They're saying, وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا يَسْرُ, the departing, if it's departing here, then why is it?
That means the asas should be when it's coming.
Yeah, Allah, you have the reason for the revelation. It's true. That is the main tafsir, but not all. Those who are also of the other view, they have good, nice justification. Although we don't go for that. It's a good point. Now, sometimes in Quran there are strange words. Strange words doesn't mean like funny words. No, na'udhu billah. Yani which people are not familiar with. People are not familiar with. You open Quran for me. I give an example, then we can check the verse. Quran 80, verse 31. Open Quran 80 for me, verse 31. If you can read the Arabic for me. Quran 80 verse 31. What does it say? Read the Arabic for Mr. Jabba.
وَفَاكِهَةٍ وَأَبَّا.
Abba. The word Abba. You see this word, which some translate it to be herbage. You see, the word Ab. Baba, this is a very, very strange word.
Man's pastures.
Lucina. So it's a very strange word. Therefore, everybody's trying to give it different meaning. But mostly they said herbage. But now, this word, I'm just giving you this thing for you to understand that Quran is a profound scene. Quran needs dedication. Quran needs commitment. Whoever wants to understand Quran properly and enjoy it properly, it needs certain level of commitment for you to be able really to lay your hands on it and be able to benefit more out of this book.
But why is it strange? I still don't understand why it's strange.
It's strange because it's not familiar. People are not familiar with. Quran is only unique. You know, most of the words, you realize that Arabs, one way or the other, directly or indirectly, they are using it. But this one, ya Allah, because of it being strange, you realize people are giving it a lot of different understanding altogether. So therefore, Ab is not an easy Arabic. Many if you go to all these Arabic that way, you'll not, even the old Arabic Jahiliyyah, sometimes you don't find this.
Abba.
Ab. Not Baba, not Abba is a father, Baba.
Abba, no,
They will forget wa Abba. You understand? It's a kind of fruit or something which Allah is trying to describe. You understand? But now, what is that? Therefore, how do we get out of it? We lean on the riwayat. There are riwayat of Ahlul Bayt. Just time will not, we can get out of all these mess easily. We have riwayat from Ahlul Bayt, Tafsir of Imam al-Rida, Tafsir of Imam Amir al-Mu'minin, especially Imam Jafar al-Sadiq and Imam Bakr, to get out of all this. But this, I'm just trying to open your minds to say, look, Quran is a deep ocean. And there are so many things to this great book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now let's go to the next example. Number 5. Okay. Number 5, when sentences are too short. Example is too short sentence. In Quran we have like that. Too short sentences. Sometimes the sentence is too short that you don't understand really. Because one small short sentence and the other small short sentence, now you don't understand the linkage between the two. I give an example, then you will understand my point. You go to Quran 4 verse 3. Quran 4 verse 3. Check for me that verse. Which is talking about yatim and the marriage at the same time. If you cannot deal with the orphans justly,
then marry only one.
Okay, now what is the linkage now? The marriage. Thank you, mother. Marry a woman who are pure to you, isn't it?
Marry such women.
Read loudly, Kamara, but let's see.
And if you fear that you cannot act equitably towards orphans,
okay,
then marry such women as seem good to you.
Okay.
2
now,
and 3 and 4.
It's that is massacre. now you just stop there from the who are pure to you. Finish. Now, why scholars in the science of Quran are saying this is ambiguous? Although, as I mentioned, it's ambiguous to me and you because we do not understand it. We don't have background to it. Because now it's too short sentence if you cannot deal with orphans justly. Then immediately after that said, marry those women who are pure to you. 2 or 3 or I don't know, 4. But if you think you cannot be there. So now what makes it ambiguous? The correlation between doing justice to orphans and marriage. Often people get confused. What is the linkage between the two? Yes, when you go to Tafsir, mashallah, there are excellent Tafsir which ulama explain and it makes life easy.
What's the explanation?
No, that one, wait. We'll come to that.
Sure.
Wallah, this explanation, they will massacre me, let's leave that one.
Correlation between the two.
Yeah, the correlation between Allah, yes, it always comes. But you see, Quran, it's a very good point. Mama said it comes under one verse. Yes. One verse doesn't mean that it's one sentence. You see, in Arabic, we have Jumla Tamma and we have Jumla Naqisa. We have complete sentence, we have incomplete sentence. Sometimes you find in one verse 3 sentences. Sometimes you find in one verse 4 sentences. Definitely Allah is trying to signal to something. He's trying to tell you from this part to this part is something from the, yes?
Yeah, so what divides this sentence?
The first sentence is
Fa.
Yeah, that far.
Or maybe toin.
Thank you.
Toin.
Then sometimes it comes. It comes. Mashallah, Mama, you are good with the Arabic. Yeah? Sometimes it comes. But that far, thank you, Maqabal. Yani, scholars are saying that when Allah said, then marry women who are pure for you. Now Allah is starting new approach. Quran is amazing. Wallahi, if you know Quran, you will enjoy this.
So why is it starting from half in a sentence?
This is what I'm saying. That's why they say it's ambiguous. You note all these things.
But there must be,
no, there's a reason, of course, Baba. Here you understand my point. I'm giving you only to understand that this, he wants me to go into deep, man, Baba. No need for go to deep, man. So you understand my point. So therefore, it makes it ambiguous. Now, another example of this, which of course most of our scholars explain, there is a word here, but let me give you the verse and then you'll be able to understand. Go to Quran 53, verse 7 to 8, if I'm not mistaken. Check that one. There is a word he, Domir there. Quran 53, verse 7 to 8. Where they said in the highest horizon, he is in the highest horizon.
Yeah.
And he's in the highest part of the
world. هو بالأفق الأعلى.
وَهُوَ بِالْأُفُقِ الْأَعْلَى. So scholars, they said this huwa, of course we know is Allah based on the teaching, you understand? But they said that huwa, who is he? You understand? So now you see this verse, he is on the highest part of the horizon. So now they said this huwa is referring to who. Therefore they said it becomes ambiguous. Now let's go to the next one, number 6. I'm sure by now you have understood what I'm trying to say. Number 6. Rhetorical art. You see, in Quran, I will give an example, then it will be clear. Now sometimes Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will speak in a certain way. So those with little knowledge, they don't get it. This is what is leading many people to make tafsir on their own. Today all these differences between Shia and Sunni, is most of it, yani the chunk of it I told you is as a result of lack of proper understanding of what is clear and unclear verse. Wallahi. Therefore I said when I start my tafsir, I'm going to deal mainly on the verses of Shia and Sunni thing. I want you to get clear all those verses based on authentic teachings of Rasulullah and based on not only on our tafsir. I will not use only Shia tafsir. I'm teaching you like a class, not like a majlis, so that you will have an idea to say, okay, Shia, mashallah, this is our strong point and this is powerful. Even you find it in the tafsir and not only in our tafsir. Here you see you've got rhetorical art. Sometimes Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala will speak in certain way. I give an example. You go to Quran. You go to Quran, check for me this verse. Quran 17 verse 24, check for me. 7, yeah.
17.
Yeah, verse 24. Quran 17 verse 24, check for me.
And make yourself submissively gentle to them with compassion, and say, O my Lord, have compassion on them as they brought me up when I was little.
And another verse said, and lower
the wing of
humility. The wing
of humility to them, out of mercy.
Excellent. That is what I'm looking for. Lord, that's why I'm checking also my Quran about this fast. The lower the wings of mercy and humility. You know, it's talking about respect and submission to our parents. So now some scholars say this is ambiguous because human beings do not have this wing. What wing is Allah talking about? But me and we understand what Allah is trying to say. You understand? It's like Allah speaking in a parable way to respect them, but the wing, where are the wing of mercy which me and you have? We don't have any wing of mercy. So therefore scholars say no, when I read this, it becomes ambiguous to me. Until the time I enter deeply into tafsir, then I get out of this ambiguity completely. So therefore they said this one also is an example. There's another verse also which they use. Quran 48, if I'm not mistaken, which is also another example. Verse 10. Check for me. Quran 48 verse 10.
What is it?
Indeed, those who swear allegiance to you swear allegiance only to Allah. The hand of Allah is above their hands.
The hand of Allah, that is my point.
Okay.
So here the wings, we have wings to show our parents. And then here also Allah is. And this one causes a lot of problem between Shia and Sunni. Now this question of the hand of Allah is a lot of riwayat, a lot of teachings, a lot of problems. So therefore scholars say, no, this, when I look at this, is ambiguous, ya Allah. If I don't know tafsir properly, then I will understand. You see, yes, Allah has got a hand. And then of course there are Muslims who are of the view that Allah has a hand. Let's go to the last point and then we close for tonight, inshallah. Allah has a hand. Number 7, which is also an example of ambiguity in Quran. We said due to quantity. Quantity of what? I'll explain to you. Check for me Quran 9 verse 5. Allah said, Uqtulul mushrikeen, kill the mushrikeen, the polytheists. What does Allah say, come on?
So when the sacred months have passed away, then slay the idolaters wherever you find.
Slay the idolaters. Waqtulul mushrikeen. Some said slain the disbelievers here and there. So now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says slain them. Are all idolaters have to be slain? No. Some are idolaters out of negligence. Yes, maybe them have to be slain. But some, no. It's not out of negligence. They never had access to any proper and true Islamic information. So therefore scholars say, no, which quantity Allah is talking about? Is he talking about all idolaters? Then ya Allah. Today, many people, unfortunately, who are against Islam, they said Islam said you should wage jihad now against everyone. It's not like that. So this make it more ambiguous, and therefore you have unfortunately people who are causing fitna, giving Islam wrong names and bad names today in the world. They said no, Allah said Jahid al-Kuffar wal Munafiqin. You have to fight the kuffar and all the hypocrites. So therefore they go to Iraq, they said Islamic State of Iraq, ISIL. They go to the Syria, Islamic State of Syria. They causing fitna anywhere in the world. This is what has to do with lack of proper understanding of what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about in Quran. Because if Allah said, slay the idolaters, which one Allah is talking about? Allah is not talking about every idolater that you meet. The idolater who harm you, number one. And the idolater who distract you from praying. In fact, Allah is not just slaying them. Defend yourself against them. In Islam, in our teaching, we don't have jihad beginning. No, it's haram to begin. We don't have it completely. So therefore today, lack of proper understanding of these teachings is causing fitna today in the world. You have some people calling themselves Boko Haram. You have some people calling themselves Isilia, I don't know what. You have all funny names. What is the other name? Oh, Astaghfirullah, this one I don't even want to hear. Now they made the whole Arabic word Al-Shabaab become something funny. If you are talking to somebody using the word Al-Shabaab, or the youth, then somebody say, Ya Allah, I was using it in Arusha. Somebody said, Astaghfirullah. I said, Baba, you are a Muslim, you don't know the meaning of the word. He said, no, today this word is dangerous and I understand.
So they say something same thing about Hezbollah.
Yeah, Hezbollah, the same thing becomes a problem today. Because of this lack of proper understanding. So Allah in this verse is saying, Uqtulul mushrikeen, haythu wajadtumuhum. Slay them wherever you find them.
What about ordering and commanding and
yeah, but command you see in Quran or in Hadith. When we say command, we have two types of command. Yeah, we have two types of command. Yeah. Not every command you see in Quran or in Hadith is compulsory. Yeah. We have a command which is mustahab, optional. And then we have command which is compulsory. So therefore, when you read Quran, sometimes Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala, He gives the command. But now you have to look at the verse before and after, or the reason for that revelation, or the law pertaining that command. Some of them realize that it's not a compulsory command. It's not like must. I must do if I don't do, no. It's like sometimes you are in your house with your son or with your daughter, or even with your employee. It's okay. I want you to prepare a cup of tea for me. Sometimes if she prepares the tea, you become happy, isn't it? But if she doesn't prepare, okay, it's not a big deal. You will not shout, you will not fight, you will not sanction her, you will not chase her away. Okay, it means that, so it means that command you gave, it wasn't that compulsory command. But sometimes you mean it, even cup of tea can cause someone to be fired from work. Because you come and the tea is not there. You jump, you scream from one corner to another. So therefore that is very, very. And last example I want to give you, then we call it a night. Next week, inshallah, we're going to do something very interesting. Number 8. Due to lack of understanding of history, which I mentioned before, understanding of history. Because you see, history, it helps you to understand the reason for the revelation. That's the main job of history. It helps you because that one, you need to understand it verbatim. You don't have to make any comment and tafsir. You have to read it properly in a true sense of reading the history and get it understood. So therefore you need to know what happened. Allah revealed to Prophet ﷺ. Who was there? How it happened. So therefore, most of us, we don't understand the history. Today I tell you, it's very, very unfortunate in the Islamic world. Many people give interpretations out of their own whim. Wallahi. They get a little bit of knowledge on one verse. Oh, that is gospel truth to everybody. If you don't follow it, you are in trouble. An example is this one. We check Quran. Quran 9 verse 37, I guess. 9:37, I guess. Either Quran 9:37 or Quran 9:47, one of them. Yeah, I think it's 37. 37, check Quran 9:37.
Postponing of the sacred month is only an addition in unbelief.
Okay, this word postponing, really, if I come to Quran and I started reading, it is addition to unbelieving or disbelieving in Allah. I will not understand it properly until I go back to history. Whereby the kuffar, they used to, what they do, when sacred month is coming, they will postpone that sacred month to justify their war. Because you realize that even during Jahiliyyah, there were months when war were not allowed. Blood, one of them is Muharram, one of them is Al-Hijjah. That's why sometimes when we speak about, we say, no, leave the question of Islam, that blood should not be shed in this month. In their own calendar, before the coming of Islam, there were months, one of them is Muharram, where bloodshed was a taboo completely. So what they would do, this kuffar, against the believers who believe in the deen of Ibrahim, of course coming to the deen of our beloved Prophet ﷺ, they would postpone everything so that they will justify a war which they would do. So therefore here, what I'm trying to say is that sometimes if one does not have a proper background of history, what will you do? You will go and crash all the meaning altogether. You will give people different meaning and you end up misleading the people. Therefore, the hadith I quoted, whoever give interpretation and commentary out of his or her own will, without understanding, he should prepare for his place in fire on the day of Qiyamah. We need to understand. When you know Arabic, your Arabic will help you to understand to a certain level. And if you know S3 in addition to Arabic, it will help you to understand to another level. And now if you know, like for instance, grammar, not just Arabic, because if you know Arabic conversation, you go, this word, I'm familiar with this word, I understand. But now you know the grammar. So it will also take you to the next level. And you now come to know logic, philosophy, all these other, and it completes you. Therefore, when you check, I was telling you the other day, each tafsir that scholars made, be it Sunni or Shia, they dedicated it to certain field of study. Most of it, not all. Only few dedicated their tafsir to cater for each and every field of studies. Most tafsir you find they will have tafsir based on history. Only his concern is to deal with historical parts. And then you have tafsir which is based on Arabic grammar. He's just trying to split naked each and every word and sentence for you to understand it, you understand. And then of course there are tafsir which is based on jurisprudence, fiqh. He will touch all verses, but when it reach fiqh, he do justice to that. But there are tafsir which go, and one of the example of tafsir I told you is Allama Tabatabai, Mizan. It's Al-Mizan. Yes, it's a little bit difficult. Therefore, even in Hausa now they are teaching Al-Mizan. But they started teaching when I was there in Hausa also. Because Al-Mizan, each and every field Tabatabai went. Each and every field. Therefore, if you take Mizan, sometimes you realize that you don't understand everything that he's saying. But at the end of the day, you will understand a bit because the language also is too deep, it's too heavy. But when you go to where he used like riwaya, tradition, you find it so easy to walk. And even you see the son of Imam Khomeini who was assassinated. What was his name?
Ahmed.
Mustafa. Mustafa. He started tafsir, Ya Allah. I was reading his tafsir of Fatiha. I was doing tafsir of Fatiha in Arusha after Zuhur every day. In Arusha you have 2-3 programs every day. One day I was really sitting on his tafsir, amazing, ajaib, you see. Fatiha alone he did and he passed away. And this Fatiha are in 2 volumes. Only Fatiha. That's time you understand how people are strong and powerful. Allah really, the way he designed this human mind is amazing, man. Tafsir Fatiha alone too.
He must be Ahmad.
I think it's Ahmed.
It's Ahmed, yeah.
was only 21.
Mustafa was 20, it's Ahmed.
I said
Because Ahmed was, you said Ahmed was with the father in Iraq.
Yeah.
And even the father used to say, hey, if this one will be alive. Because he used, even in the Bas al-Khariji, during the discussion of Imam Khomeini, he used to speak, he used to say something, he used to ask the father a question, he used to interrogate. Very powerful.
Was it in the funny tafsir?
Yeah, big time, Irfani, big time. Even when you check the tafsir, it's more of Irfani. Sajjad is Arif also. So inshallah, we ask Allah to help us. Yes, ma'am.
Tafsir by grammar only.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it kind of lack depth in?
Yeah, no, it won't. Because the author, his aim is just to explore the Arabic part of it. I'll give you an example. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Now, if you don't know Arabic, you'll miss out a lot. Because you'll depend on the riwayah. Everything of Quran is in Surah Al-Baqarah. And everything of Surah Al-Baqarah is in Fatiha. And everything in Fatiha, this is a riwayah. It's not, it's a riwayah. It's in Bismillah. And they said that Bismillah is in Ba. That dot is Imam Ali. They are trying to say, it's a very good riwayah. If you know Imam Ali alayhi salatu wasalam, you will know Quran because you will go to him and he will teach you the Quran. Okay. But now if you know Arabic, say ba is harful jar. Smi majrurin bi wa alamat jarrihi kasratan zahira fi akhir. Now I understand why it's me and not ma and not mu. That's the work of Arabic. Without Arabic you cannot understand this. Some people don't understand why it's me. They don't know. It's bi is me. Okay? Why it's me is because ba. Because there are 6 letters that makes the ending of every word or sentence to be kasra. Min ila an ala fi rubba al ba al kaf Allah. It's more than 6 even. They make ending of each thing to be kasra. So if I read Quran like somebody is reading Quran next to me and he gave 2 instead of the ta, now you are able to tell him even if you are not looking into Quran because you understand the grammar. So it helps you. Now how does it help you in understanding the meaning? That's me because if I say bismi, something is missing here, man. It cannot be bismi like that. Because normally if the letter comes, the word must be full word. So it means it's ismi, not be it's bismi. It means that the alif is makhzuf, is deleted, is omitted. So now if you don't know Arabic, you'll not be able to know whether it's deleted or not. You are just giving, so if I give you tafsir, I tell you no. Something is deleted. And why is it deleted?
And there are many words in the Quran, if you know the grammar, there are letters which are omitted.
Yes, the deleting also is not just for the sake of deleting. It gives more meaning. It gives certain understanding.
Isn't B is with the name of?
Yeah, with the name. Some said the meaning is with the name. Some said by the name of Allah. So, and then this B also, you know, there are a lot of meanings. So the Arabic, it helps you. And now the second one, you don't say lahu.
Yeah.
Why I say lahi is because that me is affecting it. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. The B affected everything there. So now it gives you separate meaning. But why I say alhamdu, I don't say alhamdi. So the Arabic, it helps you. The grammar is amazing, mama. Because alhamdu, I can say is mubtada. Every mubtada is dhamma, is Arabic. It's Arabic, so it is not your business.
Kisra with Allah, it's a Bismillah. If there is no Kisra, then it is Allah.
If it stand alone, without anything, it's Allah. But if that B is there, it's Allah. Sallallahu ala Muhammadin wa alihi tahirin. Next week, inshallah, we'll continue.